Hello, hello. This is Samara, your feminist alchemist, and welcome to your North Node overview reading for 2024. You should be watching this on my new channel that's associated with the main channel, Feminist Alchemist. This channel is called North Node Alchemy, and here is where you will find all North Node videos from me from this yearly reading to everything I am doing throughout the year. A quick note that all of my North Node readings from here on out until further notice will be timeless readings, and you'll be able to find them on this channel as well. So I'm recording one intro for all of the signs. Welcome if this is your first time to one of my readings, and welcome back if you are returning. The messages I got for 2024, they're all also reflected in how I've chosen to set up, or how I was guided rather, to set up the table, my area for this reading. And the message I got was that 2024 is going to be about living from your heart, a heart-led existence. And in some of us, this triggers some type of reaction of, oh, geez, I've heard that so many times before. And what does that really mean? And how is that a really practical way of living? But that idea will keep being repeated until we slow down and really define what that means for ourselves. What does it mean to lead from my heart space, to lead from my intuition? They say you are here for a purpose. You are who you are as you are for a purpose. And when things feel out of alignment with you, or feels like it's not a good fit for you, it's very likely because that's true. Society has taught us that strength is pushing through difficulties and discomfort. And this is partially true, but the universe adds, if you're going to exercise strength in this way, let it be in your consistent efforts to align with your authentic self, to expand, to express your soul through your physical vessel. So for that reason, I will introduce you to what is on the table. We have back in this corner, we have some clear quartz, which was put there for co-creation and manifestation power. Carnelian for the sacral chakra, creativity, enjoyment of life. We have some amethyst in this back corner here, which represent the violet flame, clearing away anything that impedes your connection to your higher self. And then right in the middle here, we have a rose quartz for self-love and dedication to self. And then I was guided to use the color white to represent a clean slate, blank canvas that we will be painting on through the year of 2024. And speaking of which, I was prompted to make my own 2024 sign to somehow infuse this reading with my own creativity because, this is what my intuition and my guides have shown me about 2024, painting onto this blank slate, writing on the wall, and that question of what, with this blank slate, what are you going to create in your life? And are you willing to use your strength in pursuit of your vision rather than using it to tolerate situations and relationships that don't support nor care about your growth, evolution, and well-being? So let's jump to a little animation now. I'm just going to quickly run through my spread for the North Node, which I've been using since I started doing these readings. So in the first location, we have the universal energies, those big energies that are at play for you to access at this time. Then we have, in the second spot, your 5D energy, future self, higher self, In the third position, we have the 3D, what is going on in your physical reality that is showing up as opportunities for healing and expansion. And then in the fourth position, we ask, how can we bridge the 3D with the 5D? How can we bridge where we are to where our higher self is beckoning us to be? In the next position, the fifth position, this is like kind of a wild card position. I pick a topic for each reading. It could be past life, it could be karma, it could be quantum, multidimensionality, etc., etc. This time around, we're going to choose a card to represent the main theme of each season, of each each quarter of 2024. And then we have your final oracles in the middle. And that is that in a nutshell. I invite you now to stick around for your reading. I'm going to light these candles and get started. See you there. Enjoy. Hello, Leo North Node. Welcome to your reading for 2024. Let's jump right in to your universal energies and see what is going on for you. So I'll pull all 4 cards and then we'll get into them. Oh, you know what? There's one thing I forgot to do on this table. So anyway, you won't have to wait. I'll just pause and it will be very short for you. Leo North Node 2024. Okay, just a moment. All right, so in the first position we have Path of the Soul, card 41. Then we have Treasures, that's card 17. Intuitive Arts Guide, card 38. And Clarity is card 19. Okay, so what I'm getting, I'm going to kind of read them all together here, Leo North Node. What I'm getting here is that you have the opportunity in 2024 to really come into alignment with your higher path and purpose, especially if that is what you have been actively seeking, or if you've been feeling that nudge from within that there's something more that you should be doing. And they want me to stress that more does not necessarily mean it's on a big and grand scale. It just means it's more fulfilling to you. You feel more excited about it, and that energy that you put into it, you get back in return tenfold, is words they're giving me. So, and along that journey, I feel that you're going to be able to look back at your journey from up until 2024 and find some real wisdom, nuggets of information, even talents that you gained that are going to serve you further. Because after Treasures, you have Intuitive Arts Guide, which for me is a card about creativity more so than the actual being a, by definition, artist. You can be an artist of it. They're giving me this phrase, artist of your life. So building your life based on your intuition. So a lot of you are coming into a deeper trust with your intuitive guidance and with your guides if you speak to them. So in that respect, you'll be able to gain more clarity, as you have here in the last position, gain more clarity about how you would like to move forward in 2024. So this is all going to lead you to having a clearer direction for everything moving forward beyond 2024. So let's jump into your 5D energy and see what your future self, higher self wants to communicate with you. Discover your destiny. Dive into the details of your North Node placement with a free tip sheet or purchase your North Node workbook at feministalchemist.com. For your highest good in 2024, what would they like you to focus on for your expansion? We have Friendship, card 22. North Node. We have Strength, card 38. These two came out together, so I'll take them. First Chakra and Union. I'm just checking these cards. Okay. Leo North Node 2024. What do they need to know? Awareness, card 11. Forgiveness. And expression, card 19. So you have the number 19 twice at this point. Oh, and the number 38 twice, which adds up to 11. And then you have 11, 22, and 24. And at the bottom of the deck, you have dynamic, card 23. So with the friendship card, I feel that you're going to either, well, some of you will be coming into new friendships in 2024, and you should focus on establishing new friendships or nurturing the ones that you are already in. But I feel that has been already occurring a transition from your friend groups and who you spend your time with. So you may have come into new. Okay, they're putting it to me this way. There are people in your life who you could be better friends with, but you haven't gotten to that point yet. But there is the gem, the jewel, the gift of a friendship blossoming in there, and they want you to pay attention to growing some friendships in 2024, strengthening some friendships. You also have strength because the friendships that you have, you need to be friends with people who are also seeking out their life path, and not just accepting what's in front of them as a reality that they are subjected to or victim to and have no role in changing. Yes. So I don't know why they gave it to me like that, but that's what they gave to me. The strength card is giving me, it says the frequency of strength supports our ability to harmonize all our qualities and skills toward a strong and balanced way of being. There's definitely a call for you to recognize that all of the attributes that you have, even though they may seem like they are not in alignment, like they don't contribute to one another, they want you to understand that those are the things that you've been given to propel yourself forward on your life path, and they're unique to you. So this is why it's so important that in your friendships, in your friend circles, that you are with people who help you, who are in that same understanding of themselves, who help you understand and play around with ideas of how that may work for you, and not people who question or judge you based on this desire to, they're just saying, yeah, they want to leave the sentence there, based on that desire. Interpret the rest of the sentence how you would like. So fill in the blank. And then you have first chakra and union. Oh, they're pulling me to my notes from before, from when I did the pre-meditation. It said, which one was it? Cutting out what doesn't propel you forward. Abundance, how will you achieve it? That's the one they wanted me to say. Abundance, how will you achieve it? that's going to be a question in 2024, and looking within yourself is the first place that you are being encouraged to look. You have the first chakra and union together. This is just a continuation of what I was already saying, basically, and further confirmation that you can feel safe in your physical reality. You can feel safe with what you've been given. You can feel safe within yourself to create whatever future, whatever physical reality you want to create. Now, this clarity and awareness is coming in to help you understand that there, at this time, it's not a focus on simply your desires. There's a balance between your desires and what you feel divinely inspired to do. But they also don't want you to lean too heavily on, this is my path and purpose, and I'm meant to do this come hell or high water type of energy, right? There is an ease and awareness of yourself about this year for you, Leo North Node. It's about being aware of all the different aspects of yourself, all the different aspects of some of you are highly attuned and have gifts of mediumship or psychic abilities. Whether or not you use that in a professional sphere, like directly I'm using my gifts to help other people, or that's the basis of my business, is not not the point at the moment. But the fact that you use them for your benefit and for the upliftment and enhancement of your life is important, right? So you also need to be aware of that some of your desires are not based on a true, pure, let's say, intention of your soul, that they've been formulated by society or formulated by, they just want me to say, formulated by your shadow's desire to stay in the shadow, right? Formulated by hardship in life. If we've been through something hard, we want the opposite. We want ease. We want to experience, if we've had poverty, we want to experience luxury. But is your reasoning for wanting luxury only because you've had poverty before? Or do you want luxury because it gives you certain freedom, for example? It gives you physical comfort. Wanting just for wanting is not a good enough reason, and likely will get you creating something that at the end of the day is not as fulfilling as you would have liked. And that brings us to, they took me down that line of conversation because some of you, your 5D self is saying you need to have some forgiveness. And mostly I'm feeling the energy of people who demotivate you, who put you down, who seek to halt your expansion. And that comes into another line I got from your premeditation: letting go of people and situations you have outgrown, a clearer sense of yourself and your potential. And I feel that you're also getting a nudge to understand that there are people who restrict you, criticize you, seek to halt your progress because they themselves can't find their motivation or path for progression. They're not as, I don't know, let's not even judge why they're not there, but the point is they're not there, right? And some people, when they see you there and they're not there, some are inspired and some are become adversaries, become combative. and defensive. And so there is a need for you to forgive and let go of any unwanted grudges, because they want to remind you that you are creating from that place when you still have that inside of you. But your forgiveness can also be through, for some of you, intuitive, through artistic expression, because expression is here. You may have a lot of expressing to do, right? And it's interesting here because I'm just getting, once again, through that lens of the artist of your life, I feel that communication, period, is just important for you in 2024. And some of you, this is communication on a broad scale, like you're going to be putting your stuff out where people can consume it. And for others of you, this is expressing your truest light, your truest self, all of your gifts, all of your ideas and opinions in, let's say, your work sphere, in your community, and in your friendships. You're opening up. I just feel an energy of opening up a side of yourself that is more explorative and less cognizant of how other people will take what you say or do. Right? That's a very specific energy. So I'll leave it there and let you see. I'm just sorry. I just keep banging this thing. Okay. What's next? 3D energy. What is in Leo North Node 3D reality in 2024 that is showing up as opportunities for expansion? Ooh, I feel something in here, but it's not coming out yet. Okay. We have the Two of Cups upright, the High Priestess, Six of Wands in reverse. Okay. Oh, yeah, that came out in the pre-meditation too. And the Prince of Swords. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Put this over here. So, I see you having a lot of heart-to-heart conversations in 2024. You may have the opportunity to put some old feelings to rest, some unresolved issues, things that may have, so relationship situations, this can be in any sphere of life, that came to a close without much closure, without much conversation. You have the opportunity in 2024 to have those conversations. They're saying not all of those conversations will end up in a resolution, but they will end up in a mutually beneficial. Oh, sorry. What's the word? Not resolution. I'm struggling for the word right now. Reunion. Okay, I think is the word I'm looking for. You won't necessarily come back together with everyone you have these type of conversations but I feel that there's like 3 or 4 conversations to be had coming your way. But the resolution will be mutually beneficial just because certain feelings can be put to rest. Then once again, yes, you have lots of opportunities to nurture new friendships, to nurture new relationships that are based on heart-to-heart understanding, friendship, love, bromance. That's what they're giving me. And then you have the the High Priestess. You have the moon strongly pictured in these two cards here, in both the Two of Cups and High Priestess, which is also two. And I'm feeling that in 2024, you'll have a lot of opportunities. This is what I saw earlier as well, with expressing your deepest self, your intuitive self. And they want you to know that your intuitive self is part of your real self. If you have not known or acknowledged it, that your intuition is not some, strange extraterrestrial outside of you, right? It is you. And it's the truest and shortest line of communication between you and whatever, the universe, the divine, God, however you like to express it. I feel you coming into that in 2024, and settling into that, and having opportunities to express yourself as an intuitive leader, as a leader whose unique strength is exactly what people need. So you'll be able to fall in to a space that is naturally, it will feel like it's made for you. Friendships, work situations, it will feel like the universe molded these people and these situations for you. In a way, you're molded for each other. The Six of Wands in reverse. I feel resistance coming up in the form of old patterns of thinking, but also actively, I'm feeling an energy of self-sabotage, doubt. It's almost like they're showing me mirages of people, like holograms of people. The people are not necessarily still there, but the remnants, the result of how they treated you, what they, it's still in your energy field. And so, and for some of you, this is actually just, there are real people who are in your way. There are real people that are in your way, and they will start to show themselves when you start to have more healthy friendships that are not them, when you start to align with, when your external world starts to align with this internal world that you've been building and strengthening. They're going to be like, what the heck is going on with Leo North Node? They think they're so good. They think they're too good for me. They're just trying to get everyone to do this, crazy hippie esoteric thing. So I see resistance coming up in that form in 2024, but you have the Prince of Swords, which means that, you'll be learning to discern one. You'll be exercising that discernment, learning better boundaries, learning how to cut people off with love, distance yourself from people. And I feel this, especially who you will need to cut out and situations you'll need to cut out, is anyone who tries to make you see yourself differently than you understand yourself, especially when it's like in a lower light or in a less capable, less potential, because you have here when I was doing your pre-shuffle in the meditation, it came out a clearer sense of yourself and your potential. And I feel that that is where 2024 is leading you. You're doing a clean out. You have the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck, where it's deciding, you're deciding what needs to be in your life, or what's serving you in your life and what's not. And depending on other placements in your chart, your habits of how you deal with people may be less, let's say, less confrontational. I'm getting the impression that sometimes you take on attributes of other people to fit in, and this is also things that you'll be cutting out. You'll be getting much clearer about who you are and how you want to move through the world, and whether or not the people and situations around you support that or not. Let's see how you are being advised to gather my thoughts for a second. Bridging the 3D and the 5D. What actions can you take in 2024 to bridge the 3D and the 5D? What is Leo North Node's advice, please? You have the 3 of Swords and the 8 of Cups in reverse. Okay. Okay. The Fool. King of Swords. Ooh. And 4 of Wands. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Knight of Pentacles. So I'll put that turned over for a bit. So with the 2 of Cups, you got the 3 of Swords and the 8 of Cups in reverse. Oh, yes. So what I'm getting is in 2024, don't avoid the difficult conversations, even if, well, especially if there's pain attached. Like, don't torture yourself, obviously. But also don't go into conversations hoping that you are going to come out right, to be the one that's right. If you're communicate to relieve what is inside of you. Have clear intentions of why you're communicating and what you want to get out of it, whether it's a reconciliation, whether it's a, just closure. And don't revisit, don't go backwards. Don't say we've had this conversation and now we're going to be best of friends again. No, you need to rebuild. You definitely need to rebuild. So one, if you have the opportunity to really express your hurts, disappointments with the person or entity, because I'm also seeing someone write a letter to like a company of resignation, or doing a human rights claim against the company. In any case, they want you to focus on clearing the heartache and not looking back and not going back. And also not moving forward without dealing with the heartache, because it's just going to follow you. So have the difficult conversations, express the difficult feelings. We're going this way, yes? Right. Now we have the Fool. Yeah, it will open up new energy. Allow yourself to be opened up to new energy. This is also by the Prince of Swords, right? That you're cutting out anything that is holding you from reaching your potential. the word interrupted efforts was one of the first words that came out in your premeditation as well. So this is about letting go and opening up to wherever you are to be led with this clarity and path of the soul. You may not know how the parts of yourself fit together. You may not know how your life is going to look like if you just, let's say, relegate certain people to certain levels of intimacy with you or certain access to you. But you're being encouraged to make that space anyway, because there is more to come in. The King of Swords. Oh my goodness. In 2024, you are going to have to you are encouraged to hold your own opinions, to be certain about who and what you cut off and why, and not let anyone. This is wisdom, right? You have an owl, right? You are accessing, have faith that when you make certain decisions, no matter what people say, because they're trying to guilt you or shame you or criticize you into manipulate you, basically, into changing your mind, especially if your decision is not in their favor. But know that you have looked objectively at the whole picture and have still come to that decision. And that goes for any decisions, not just people, but this is what was coming out. Interrupted efforts, bored before reaching the end. And abundance, how will you achieve it, right? Cutting out what doesn't propel you forward. So so in 2024, you need that energy of being very confident in your decisions. Make sure you are looking at all sides. Make sure that you are bringing the energy of forgiveness, that you are also not acting towards a person a certain way because you want to punish them for something that they've done to you, right? Does it serve you, right? Does the relationship serve you? Does the situation serve you? And if it serves you, how does it serve you? And make sure that that is also part of your decision-making process. Because at the end here, Four of Wands, yeah, you are being encouraged to create a community, create a circle of support that honors your gifts, that honors intuition, that is a little bit, free-spirited. Like, look, they're just dancing, they're having a good time. And the world outside could still all be this, dealing with conflicts, dealing with business decisions, dealing with some serious long-term decisions that feel very profound or very significant to you, but yet you have this, you have this party going on the weekends, or, a random Thursday night. You dance and eat brownies and red wine. I don't know why that came to mind. And so it's very important. They are encouraging you to be in circles where exploring you is the name of the game. Like, there's nothing else there's no anything of expectation on you. People just like you and you like them, and you throw out and you have shared values. Shared interests, whether that be So they're giving me a lot of, let's say, spiritually based things. But I feel that with this path of the soul, even if, as I said, even if these people and yourself are not becoming professional practitioners, there are still a lot of people who don't integrate, who are not embracing intuition into their life. Let's just call it intuition. Let's put it that way. Intuition, spirituality, purpose, path and purpose, multidimensionality, understanding the nature of their soul. Some people are just not into it. That's fine. But you need people that are. That's like first and foremost. You need people that are. Just be honest and clear about that you need people that are. And that doesn't mean that you can't be friends with people that aren't, but you need to build up your network of people that support this energy. And it's a growing, believe me. A lot of people are coming out of the woodwork, and things that they used to not say out loud are now living it out loud because their soul cannot contain it anymore. Be part of that. As a Leo North Node, you may even be the one who starts that group because you are meant, your soul wants to lead. And you have the Knight of Pentacles here. As I say, your soul wants to lead. I feel that underlying energy of 2024 is that you're being encouraged to take definite steps in the direction that you want to go. Step by step, bit by bit, but intentional, clear in its intention, and visible in the physical world. Right. Let's see what's happening for you in the 4 quarters of the year. So this will be January, February, March. And then we have April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So January, February, March, we have turquoise, prioritize your health. April, May, June, clear quartz, get crystal clear. July, August, September. We have ocean jasper, schedule yourself in, and malachite, it's time to transform. Okay, a lot happening in that in July, August, September. October, November, December, get up, get moving, and Unakite, live in the now. Okay, sorry, it was bloodstone, get up, get moving, and Unakite, live in the now. So let's get this going here. January, February, March, we have turquoise, prioritize your health. So some of you need to change your diet and your physical activity habits so that you are better able to go the path that you want to go. So I don't see any of you necessarily doing something that requires superior physicality, but it may. But I feel that it more has to do with the effect on your ability to think clearly, on your ability, on your confidence, and on your ability to transmute any negative energy, any stagnant emotions that are within you. They're just showing me like sweating. So there's a detoxifying that's necessary for you in January, February, and March. Detoxifying. And I feel that this also is shaking up your energy so that you can shake loose any ideas of yourself that don't propel you forward. No, they're giving me a different way of expressing it. There are things that you hold on to that are not yours. Like they're not your natural talents and abilities. They're ones that you that you acquired in order to fit into society. Some of this is also personality traits and such. And for some reason, this detoxifying, this working out and getting active is going to help you clear your mind so that you can see those things more clearly. And that's when we get into April, May, June, clear quartz, get crystal clear. Yeah, you're getting clear on what your gifts are and who nurtures them, what nurtures them, and what doesn't. I feel this is a time where, yes, your external world, there'll be a lot of back and forth between your external and internal world in 2024, and they will be helping each other come into balance. But April, May, June, your external world is really going to reflect to you where your gifts lie and whether or not your gifts are being appreciated and utilized in the best way. And you will have opportunities and people, synchronicities, they're saying especially people, come into your life that will help, that will somehow reveal your gifts to you. Some will be very direct friendship type conversations, like, hey, you should really get into this. Others will be like, I don't know, someone giving out a flyer on the road. And they're showing me a homeless person giving you something. This won't be for everybody, obviously, but they're showing a homeless person giving something, but this homeless person is not actually a person. I mean, they'll look like a person, but they want you to know that this is a guide or an angel or a multidimensional being who is there to just give you a nudge. So you can look out for that in April, May, June. Then we have July, August, September. Schedule yourself in, and it's time to transform. You're going to take all of that information that you got from the first half of the year and process it in July, August, September. You're going to need to do this through a lot of self-care, time with yourself, journaling. They're showing me journaling. Any artistic pursuits will help you at that time to process your emotions. I feel it will be an upheaval time, but it will be a lightening time. It's a time to get a lot lighter. And in that lightness, because, malachite is a heart chakra stone as well, but very good for cleansing out and detoxifying the heart, some of the heavier emotions we carry, and ocean jasper flows, and it's a softer energy. With all that movement of emotion and clearing out, you have then bloodstone, get up and get moving, and Unakite, live in the now. And is all this here by clarity. You're going to be a lot more clear by October, November, December about what you want to do, about how you want to show up in the world, about your path and purpose, career moves. This is very much about you, and how you show up in the world. I didn't feel like any romance come in, so I'm sorry to say. I hope you're not disappointed, but the focus is you. And I think you'll have a lot to celebrate in 2024, at the end of 2024, and you'll have a lot now, like a renewed, it'll be a breath of fresh air. Your blood will also, they're pointing me to the bloodstone, like your blood will feel clearer, like really oxygenated and moving, and you'll feel compelled to make certain changes. You'll feel compelled to put plans into motion. Compelled to put plans into motion. At the same time, don't want you to forget that while you're planning for the future, do embrace everything that's happened, that conspired through 2024, and really celebrate and enjoy your friends, enjoy your life, enjoy what you've accomplished for yourself. So at the end of the year, let's get your final oracle. That's too many. You're going to have to do that again. Okay, like just take the bottom card. There we go. Okay. Should I show them what it was? Yeah, I can show you, but I'm only reading this one. So the one I'll be reading for you is the Thorn, Protection, Boundaries, Clear Communication. But you also got the Anointed, Answer the Call, Leadership, Empowerment, Soul Gifts. I feel like oh my goodness. Yeah, that's so appropriate. And the Crowning, Initiation, Thresholds, Birth, Rebirth, A Seat at the Table. So I am going to put these down because, like, they belong to you. I cannot deny you them. But they said, yes, I will read this one. I will read the Thorn. Protection, boundaries, clear communication. The rose is the queen of all flowers. Her soft and often fragrant bloom takes our breath away from near and far. A bridge between heaven and earth, she has the capacity to act as a portal to our true selves and call our soul more fully into our body. She leaves us in awe, allowing us to experience heaven on earth for a very precious moment. But the rose is not all gentle and soft. In fact, most roses are armored with spiky thorns and prickles of various shapes and sizes. These sharp protectors act like knights defending their queen, clearly setting the necessary boundary and conditions for her to do what she was born to do. We too are like the rose. So often we don't get taught how important clear communication and loving boundaries are to our relationships. When we're not clear on our needs, when we don't communicate them, when we don't take responsibility for them, it's impossible for others to give us what we need. This often results in a breakdown in the relationship. Communicating our needs and establishing our boundaries allows not just us to feel safe, but those we're in a relationship with to feel safe too. This card delivers the message of the importance of clear communication, boundaries, and taking responsibility for our needs. To be clear with others, we must first be clear with ourselves, and then communicate this to our loved ones and the world. And the soul inquiry, what loving boundaries are you being called to establish? How are you being called to communicate clearly to those you are in relationship with? I feel like you just need all three. Okay, the Anointed, Answer the Call, Leadership, Empowerment, Soul Gifts. Rose oil has been used to anoint initiates through the ages. Royalty 2. This card is here to herald you into an even more powerful expression of what you came here to be and do. It's calling you to step forth into your inner queendom and kingdom, to answer the greatest call of your soul and face your true north, to seed even more of what you came here to share, to acknowledge your arrival as the initiate of your life, to shed the external noise that may have been stopping you from being all that you already are, to realize that you've been training for this for a long time, perhaps even lifetimes. The path your soul chose is to walk one. Sorry, let me start that again. The path your soul chose to walk is one that few have the courage to walk, and you came here for this. You're being led through this. Your soul is ancient, and with every step you've taken in every body you've been planted in, you've gathered a kaleidoscope of gifts that are ready to be shown and shared. You're being called to deeply trust the call that you've been hearing, to lead, to lead, to lead. The path you're here to pave has not been walked the way you'll walk it. And as with all ancient initiates, healers, visionaries, creatives, and leaders, you're just one magnificent thread in the tapestry of life. So go your own way, trust the road that beckons you forth, and always be led from within. And the soul inquiry here is, how are you being called to step forward and lead? And last but not least, the crowning. Initiation, thresholds, birth, rebirth, a seat at the table. There comes a time when the flower knows that it can no longer remain in the protective constraints of the bud. Somehow it needs to trust in the birthing energy and surrender to the unknown of the bloom. The same birthing energy exists within all of nature and in birth, both physical and metaphorical. It's an initiation for the mother as well as the child, who transitions from the water world of the womb to a whole new one on earth. This is a card of crossing thresholds and walking through the gates of initiation, which requires great courage and faith. There are rolling contractions, and it's almost always not straightforward. As we transition from one thing to another, we're called to burst through the constraints of the seed and then the certainty of the bud, so that something new can bloom from within. We're always birthing something, and deep inside we know that the only way to surrender to the initiation is to surrender to the innate power within. This power is inner, but it's also connected with the intelligence that exists within all life. It's the same energy that tells flowers when to bloom, and it was present when you grew in your mother's womb. Trust in that. It will carry you through. Surrender to what's wanting to be born through you. Life is always trying to initiate us into even more of who we truly are. And the soul inquiry here is, how is life trying to initiate you? Okay, Leo North Node, that was your reading. I hope that it made you feel good and optimistic about 2024. Do come back anytime and check out any section of this reading. Everything will be time-stamped for your convenience, and I wish you all the best for the coming year. Until next time, take care, be well, and stay blessed. Bye for now.